There is a story that rocked the royal world just the other day in the New York Post, revealing Prince William's alleged master plan, a future where his brother, Prince Harry, and Meghan Markle would be completely excluded from the monarchy's orbit once he ascends to the throne. This isn't a casual thought, the report suggested. William is actively planning this endgame now, intent on ignoring them, stripping their titles, and permanently banishing them from any role. His desired exile even extends to their children, Archie and Lilibet, and he reportedly wants his father, King Charles, to adopt a much tougher stance immediately. This kind of resolution, many believe, is not only necessary but long overdue. Meghan Markle once thought she was playing high-stakes chess with the crown, believing her leverage was enough to hold the Queen captive, but the cold truth is that she was merely a pawn in Prince William's meticulously calculated endgame. The moment the future king chose to make his move, the entire board was flipped, constitutional mechanisms were quietly aligned, and Meghan's celebrity empire began to silently crumble beneath the weight of royal resolve. This isn't just another fleeting headline. What's truly unfolding inside Buckingham Palace is a slow-burning, seismic power shift that has been simmering behind the scenes for months, and now the political and personal temperature has reached a crucial boiling point. Those most intimately connected to the palace walls claim that for all of Meghan Markle's foresight, this devastating turn of events was an absolute inevitability. Their roles are not just being diminished, they're being actively erased. A complete moratorium is being placed on their existence within the official narrative of the monarchy, and this is happening well before the moment of William's ascension. The current tension is born from the fundamental clash between two kings, one who currently reigns and one who is steadily rising, both of whom no longer view the world, or the family, through the same lens. King Charles, the gentle traditionalist, believes fundamentally in dialogue and conversation, while his heir, Prince William, the pragmatic realist, believes only in decisive correction. For years, Charles has valiantly attempted to keep the family intact through endless patience, private talks, and an approach defined by long, handwritten letters and quiet phone calls, all aimed at fostering an atmosphere of peace. Yet, in William's stern view, this very approach is precisely what has weakened the crown, as every act of forgiveness seems to be followed by another global scandal, another headline-grabbing documentary, or another damaging book. A palace insider reportedly summarized this strategic divide with brutal simplicity. Charles believes in tea and talks. William believes in lawyers and lines. This core difference in philosophy has now escalated into an undeniable rift. One private conversation between father and son allegedly grew so tense that Charles appealed to his son's heart, asking him, "Remember Mercy?" To which William delivered a cold, resolute line that cut deep into the very core of Charles's sentimentality. "Mercy is what got us here." This response was delivered not in a moment of fury, but with the quiet, chilling resolve of a man who has made up his mind. William is no longer interested in the emotional and exhausting process of mending fences. He is exclusively focused on reinforcing the unbreachable walls of the institution. Where his father sees a fragile family, he sees an absolute vulnerability, and where Charles offers grace, William detects a dangerous weakness. Those closest to the Prince of Wales confirm that he has reached a final, unshakable decision. It is time to ruthlessly protect the ancient institution of the monarchy, even if the process requires trimming away a significant branch of the family tree. He is not merely preparing to inherit the crown, he is already actively shaping its future in advance, and the foundational rule of his coming reign is unequivocally clear. Emotion is a significant liability, and unwavering duty is the only path to survival. Behind the stoic doors of the palace, the father and son may share the same blood, but their visions for the future of the British monarchy could not be more diametrically opposed. William's subsequent moves have not been emotional acts of revenge, but rather calculated, architectural shifts in the system. He wasn't satisfied with simply stopping the current chaos. He intended to design a permanent constitutional mechanism that could never be threatened or shaken again. To achieve this, He mobilized his elite circle of legal and constitutional advisors, a quiet team of royal strategists, historians, and legal experts who have been covertly working on a framework they term a parliamentary alignment. The goal is a new system that would grant the future monarch the absolute, singular power to define who qualifies as a royal, requiring no parliamentary vote, no public debates, and no chaotic press circus, just a single, unchallengeable royal decree. In effect, when William becomes king, he will alone possess the complete sovereignty to define who is in and who is out, eliminating all middlemen and government involvement. And the main target sitting directly in the center of this powerful, new system is, of course, Meghan and Harry. Sources intimate with the palace's thinking insist this entire move is not fueled by personal vengeance, but by a necessity to fiercely protect the intrinsic brand of the crown. In Prince William's calculating eyes, the monarchy's influence has been dangerously diluted and stretched too thin by those who choose to walk away from duty yet continue to profit handsomely from the prestige of a royal title. He reportedly told his closest aides that, for the institution to survive the modern era, the crown must be exclusive. His vision for the monarchy of the future is a structure that is clean, professional, and entirely disciplined, one that is definitively not emotional, not overcrowded, and certainly not susceptible to the drama of Hollywood. It is, in essence, a profound reset button cleverly disguised as essential reform. Once this new constitutional framework is officially enacted, the dividing line between a working royal and a former royal will cease to be merely symbolic. It will become permanently and legally binding. Every great power move, especially a quiet one, requires a specific, hidden tool, and in the case of the British Crown, that weapon is the letters patent. This document sounds harmless, even quaintly old-fashioned, but within the royal legal system, it represents the single most potent legal instrument the monarch possesses. For centuries, this document has possessed the final authority to decide who is entitled to be called royal and who is not, with one signature and one royal seal being enough to make titles vanish literally, like smoke. The last major historical adjustment to this power occurred in 1917, when King George V, fed up with a grossly overcrowded monarchy, decided to radically cut the list, declaring that only the monarch's direct grandchildren could hold the coveted titles. This is the very same ancient rule that subsequently allowed Archie and Lilibet to finally receive their titles when Charles inherited the throne. But here is the critical twist. That particular rule is not immutable. It can be rewritten at any given moment. Palace insiders now claim that William's elite legal team has already drafted a new update, which is currently sitting safely in a secret Kensington Palace vault. The proposed amendment is ruthless in its clarity and simplicity. Only working royals and the direct heirs to the throne will be permitted to retain their titles. Anyone who chooses to live abroad or steps away from active, full-time royal duty will immediately have their titles revoked, with no formal debate and no right to appeal. It is a cold, quiet, and absolutely legal move that, once signed, will not just change names but will permanently reshape the hierarchy of the entire royal family. This strategic maneuver would not cause a sudden explosion of outrage, but a constitutional earthquake, and the moment that